The candles were already lit, but there was no cake in front of Aarav, just an empty table. And a room full of eyes staring at him. Someone laughed, and that's when the door opened. The classroom was decorated with balloons, paper crowns. Streamers were taped to the walls. Every child had brought something: cupcakes, chocolates, big boxes with colorful ribbons. Aarav stood near the desk, his hands clasped tightly behind his back. "No cake, no box, nothing," a boy whispered to his friend. "Isn't it his birthday?" Another laughed, this time a little louder. Maybe his family forgot. The teacher tried to keep a smile on her face, but the mood in the room had already shifted. Aarav stared at the floor, his cheeks burning with shame. What they didn't know? Aarav's mother had passed away 2 years earlier. His father worked long, hard hours at a construction site. That very morning, Aarav had told him softly, "It's okay. Papa, we don't need a cake this year." And his father had simply nodded, but his eyes had stayed quiet and distant. The class began singing anyway. Their voices were unsure, hesitant. "Happy birthday to you." The song trailed off, fading halfway through. Aarav didn't move. He just stood there, wishing the day would end, wishing he could disappear. Then the classroom door creaked open. A man stepped inside. Dust still clung to his work boots. He held a hard hat under his arm, and his shirt was creased from a long day's work. Aarav looked up, his eyes widening. "Papa?" His father smiled, a tired, nervous smile. In his hands he held a small, plain white box. He walked to the table and placed it gently in front of his son. "I'm sorry I'm late," he said softly. "I worked overtime, just for this." He opened the box. Inside was a small cake. It was simple, with uneven icing and a single candle placed in the center, but it was real, and it was his. The father then turned to the class. "I know it's not big," he said quietly, "but it's made with love." His voice shook just a little as he continued. "This boy lost his mother," he said. "But he never complains." No one laughed now. Some of the kids looked down at their own desks, their own treats. The room suddenly felt much heavier. The teacher wiped a tear from her eye. One child stepped forward, placing a cupcake next to the small cake. Then another did the same. Soon, the table began to fill with offerings. But Aarav didn't look at the food, he looked at his father. And he smiled, a real, radiant smile. That day, Aarav didn't remember the laughter or the empty table. He remembered the man who showed up. The man who worked late. The one who loved quietly but fiercely. The man who never, ever missed what truly mattered. Never laugh at someone's empty table. You don't know how hard someone worked just to fill it with love.